If even small doses of steroids create long-term problems, what can happen when extreme doses are involved? Greg Valentino was about to find out.
Anything in excess is going to cause side effects. And of course, there's not a bodybuilder on this planet who has not had some sort of side effects from taking steroids, even some supplements.
After years of steroid injections, Greg's bicep fought back.
I had tons of, needles, syringes, needles, the whole bit. And I'm over there reusing needles, dropping the damn thing on the floor, blowing it off, wiping it off, and then you stick that in you, and you get infections, And that's what happened. I wound up getting an infection, and when I got the infection, it starts off, you get a bad fever, the area gets red, soft, pussy. It was like a giant zit in there. It was just loaded with pus. And if you don't do something about it, you can wind up in a hospital and kill yourself, you know what I mean? It could kill you.
Greg knew he was in serious trouble, so he decided to operate on himself.
What you're watching is, I had a hematoma in my arm, and I'm draining the blood. It almost looks like a murder scene. There's blood all over the floor. There's blood everywhere.
Greg's home surgery on his bicep didn't work. After 20 minutes of stabbing himself with a syringe and filling 2 glasses with blood and pus, Greg ended up in emergency surgery.
I deserved it. I was an idiot.
His world record-holding bicep was hacked to pieces.
You see the difference? Look, that arm's round. That arm's not. You see, when he cut it, you see the cut? When he cut that, went in, forms a scar. That's a scar. I gotta get that taken care of. I'm totally self-conscious about that,
Steroids destroyed Greg Valentino's body. He thought things couldn't get any worse. But they did. Greg Valentino took so many steroids, his body finally fought back. His bicep exploded. But his health wasn't the only problem. To build these unnatural muscles, he needed unnatural chemicals, steroids. And dealing them was another part of Greg's problem.
This is a bold statement now, that there's not a pro bodybuilder on this planet or a guy that takes steroids who hasn't sold steroids either. They may not be heavy-duty drug dealers, but I can't imagine any bodybuilder who trains in a gym who takes steroids, especially on a regular basis, who hasn't at least sold a bottle or two to his friends or to other guys in the gym. That's how it starts.
Greg knows all about dealing steroids.
What happened was, I started out very small with the steroid thing. And it just escalated, and as it escalated, I got bigger, not just body-wise, but, selling the steroids and in the business, in the drug dealing business, and we were big, I was up there.
In the U.S., the sale and use of steroids is illegal. Their distribution has been driven underground.
In the sport of bodybuilding, it's drugs. You're dealing drugs, so you got to deal with shady people, and there's going to be, wherever there's steroids, there's usually other drugs too. I can give you a million stories. There's a guy doing time in jail right now, and he fronted us like $30,000 worth of stuff, and we got robbed. Well, he took it out on us. He wanted his money. He brought us to a parking lot over by Yankee Stadium, and he had us get on our friggin' knees and give us a reason why he shouldn't kill us. And a couple weeks later, the same guy that held the gun to our head was arrested for triple murder down in Florida. I'm just saying, these are the kind of guys you're dealing with, and they don't play around.
Greg had been married for 10 years and had 2 kids, but soon his new drug-dealing lifestyle took over.
Here you are, I was a married man. I'm not going to lie to you, I was cheating on my wife. I was living a drug-dealing lifestyle. That's what happens. You're out there, you're making money, you're living at night, you're in the clubs.
Greg began having an affair. When his wife kicked him out, he and his girlfriend became partners in crime.
She was rough. She was in prison 11 times. She was an ex-heroin addict. She was Puerto Rican. She knew how to speak Spanish, and I had just started dealing with the Latin street gangs and stuff.
But Greg's girlfriend died of a drug overdose in September 2000. His life was unraveling around him, and Greg's luck was about to run out completely.
I had been selling drugs for years, man, and you always heard that you're being watched, you know, you gotta watch what you do. So I didn't really, you know, I figured, man, I've been hearing that for the longest time. You know, I didn't think that, you know, that anything would happen. I'm in the gym this one particular night, and I'm with a friend, and we're in the back room of the gym, you know, the locker room. And as I come out, I hear banging on the door. And I'm like, oh, man, it must be one of my friends that forgot something, you know? And sure enough, I open up the door, and a swarm of cops come piling in.
Massive amount of illegal steroids. News 12 Westchester's Rob Hoyle reports it appears the man wasn't just selling them.
One look at Gregory Valentino's arms, and you know something's going on. The 40-year-old is charged with criminal possession of anabolic steroids with intent to sell. Police say they found $75,000 worth of the illegal muscle-building drugs at his home and at the Powerhouse Gym in Yorktown, where Valentino is a part owner.
My arrest was headline news. I mean, you know, I paid the price for being a big player, too. I lost everything I had, from my cars to my family, my house, all my money, my bank, everything, my gym. I owned, you know, a health club. They took the whole health club. Look, I'm working out here in his basement. That's what happens. He's sitting in a jail cell saying, how the did I wind up here? Yesterday I'm walking around, and then the next minute, you know, you got no money left. Your car's, you know, the cops are driving around in your car. You know, your ex-wife's got some guy in the bed saying, man, he, you know, with your money, they're living off your money, and you're sitting in a jail cell with a bunch of momos asking you, yo, you gonna eat that corn? Dude, eat it. I can't eat. I'm ready. I'm thinking of ways to jump off the top balcony and kill myself.